Alright, hey y'all, it's Pizza Hulk. I'm back here in the long dark, and I'm in my Frontier 500 Days playthrough, but I thought it'd be good to go ahead and talk about this update going on today, or coming out here in December, I mean. Diary came out, and they detailed a bit more on what's going to happen with the next part of the Tales, the new map, new additions, different things going on, new gear, etc. And so I thought I'd just talk about it a little bit and get a little bit stuff done here in the old 500 days. Seeing as how we're on day 40 something. Time to move the bar a little bit. I'm gonna go see. I think I put some snares down. I'm gonna check on that. But let's catch up. Last episode, I'd finished Milton. I'd done the signal tower. I moved some gear. From there to here, and that was the bulk of it. I did a lot of. I had a ton of fun actually. For me anyway, talking to folks, but also getting those little things done, working on my skill set. Carcass harvesting's up to 5. Cooking's almost there. As I say, I bet all the deer are in here. We got a bun. But I don't know if it's a trip snare or it kind of looks like it might be a broken snare. I mean, it's not that I couldn't use a deer. Wonder what that female's doing. Sorry. It's like Dev Diary. No. I need meat. I've got a lot out at Trappers. I need to go back out there anyway, but... in here... better if I turn my headphones on. Do I wait? Ooh, that's gonna be a chest shot. Done. I mean, I think the weather looks alright. Let me just hour 39 or 2 hours to do this. Actually be a little lighter weight. And we'll just head back. Alright, so what's coming? We got, let's see, the new tale is called Buried Echoes. It's going to, I assume, piggyback off of, or, I mean, it seems like to me they're calling it the second part of the tale, so, and the new region that's kicking off is going to be up there by the transfer pass, so I guess the smart thing would be to get all 3 signal towers turned on, get back to Forsaken Airfield, get your whatever prize for doing that, and then you're near the transfer pass where you can go to the new area, and that's where the access is going to be to the new area off the transfer pass. So the new area has a very fancy name. It is the zone of what is it? Corruption? No, that can't be right. Contamination. The zone of contamination. So spoopy, I guess. It's going to be a big industrial mine as sort of like a main kind of complex. I'm thinking sort of similar to Black Rock Prison. Well, I got a few steaks. I was going to do some fishing today, but we'll see. Well, you know what? Let me drop this rabbit and this stuff here. I'll grab that. Excuse me, sir. Just, all right. There. What do you got? A little piece? Yeah. There we go. I got 2 hooks. We'll see how it goes. Just want a couple. Like I was making a point, I can use cattails to point your way to certain things in case the weather goes south. But yeah, this industrial mine has dumped, I guess, a bunch of poisonous chemicals into the zone of contamination. Poor, what is this, Great Bear? It's had some rough times. Earthquakes and electromagnetic phenomenon and the zone of contamination. Anyway, so I know it comes out early December. I'm gonna, I guess, I don't know what I should do. I might just start a new run. To check it out. Anything here that I left? No. Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna start in the transfer pass, grab what I can, and then go. They'd probably be smarter to, like, start in Broken Railroad. There we go.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Oh, these are huge. That's nearly 20 pounds of fish. We'll eat this rabbit. Snack. Yeah, in case things go wrong, I got a little bit of food. There we go. Not these are super lightweight anyway, but oh my god, there's another 9-pounder. I mean, I think I've got about as much as I can carry just on these couple of fish. And I'm already slowing down. Alright, well. Mission accomplished. But yeah, I think I'm going to probably just start in the transfer pass. Hope I get some decent stuff. I might even do it on Pilgrim mode or something, you know. I like to go to the new areas with the yeah, this is exactly what I'm going to do. With the Pilgrim setting loot table, because that'll give me the opportunities to get the most amount of loot and new loot and new stuff in the area. So we're going to have these areas where there's going to be like poison gas and swamps. Well, not swamps, obviously, but I don't know how it's going to work. But there's going to be poison puddles laying around. And I'm assuming, like I said, gas that you need to get through. And there's going to be a new set of gear. But apparently, I guess it's going to be available in Interloper as well. but you're going to be able to get special boots to reduce the corrosion of walking through these puddles. So it sounds like they're going to force you to, you know, if you want to get to certain areas, to get to certain types of loot and things. A bunker maybe or something. You're probably going to have to cross some of these, you know, toxic puddles. Along with the boots, which sound pretty useful, they describe a hard hat, which sounds like, I don't know, I think it just increases the amount of protection you have. Let's toss the fish over here for now. Yeah. I was hoping for a whole bunch of these guys. Alright, come here, Mr. Bunny. Let's see. I think I'll see what kind of junk food I have for tonight and maybe try to get a little more firewood for the morning. Well, actually, it's pretty nice out right now. Yeah, we'll drop the rabbit again. So, and I think just by looking at the mine, it's going to be definitely a very kind of foreign landscape compared to the rest of the Long Dark, which I think is interesting. I'm all for, you know, I mentioned before, I wish there was some seasonal type changes. Maybe melting or reduction of snow in certain areas and then being able to build up at other times. It's a great game, it doesn't need it, but it would be cool. Right? But the mine itself just looks so twisted. It looks crazy. So, not a lot of snow. It's just a big, what do you call those mines? The where they just tear into the landscape. Strip mining. That's what it is. It's like a big strip mining operation with a big facility kind of stuck in it. And then you've got all the area that's going to be around it with all these toxic pools of, you know, gross chemicals and clouds of gas that can kill you.
The sun is setting. It'll be a lot colder soon.
I watched a couple videos from other folks, and it seems like people think it's just going to kind of be like the gas that's in the in Black Rock. However, back to the clothing and the new stuff. So the other thing we're talking about is the hard hat. It gives you protection. Protection is on the bottom left there, and that little box is warmth, windproof, protection, and sprint. My protection is at 31%. 31% it's okay. Most of that's coming from the skins that I'm wearing. Not so much from this, but it gives a little bit, right? But it all adds up to that number, and that number will help determine the damage that you take if you get attacked. So even if the hard hat doesn't really do much, I kind of hope it has a miner's lamp on it. That would be dope. They haven't said anything like that. But it would be cool. It would be cool. Or what is it from Dazed and Confused? It'd be cooler if you did. So I'm really intrigued, honestly, about the map. I think it'll be fun to see something that's just, I think, going to be really different, you know, than what we're used to. So visually, it looks interesting. And very, I think, like I said, yeah, we're going to have snowy trees and frozen little ponds and all that other stuff, too. I'll turn the light on? Yeah, but I will. Yeah. Try to get a little oil from those fish. Got time to read? Nah. Yeah, I thought I had a skin in there. Alright. I think I'll lose for tomorrow. Let's see what we got going on in here. Not too much. Most of it's out, which is good. It means I can throw some more stuff in there. All things I can cook. Huh. Looks like I'll pop out and grab another piece of fish or rabbit. Alright, so we got this new zone. Oh, let me finish the gear. So we got the hard hat protection. It was Zach Nafane was saying he thought maybe that when you're going through some of the caves there, maybe there's going to be like cave-ins or rock falls. We'll just grab it all for now. Could be, you know, just overall protection. I mean, it's going to add to that number anyway. So I figure, as far as usefulness is concerned, I think it'll be a lightweight way to add a nice bit of protection into what you got going on. All right. Eat a little rabbit, and then we'll clean a little rabbit. Oh, he's probably not too thawed out. I was gonna see. I could probably work on the hatchet a little bit. I don't really feel like playing in the dark. And then, of course, you're going to be able to get a pair of miner's pants and a miner's coat. So, I don't know what kind of... Again, I'm thinking what the suit is going to end up doing. One, you're going to be able to be... There's some more potatoes. I know there's some potatoes around here. Get a nice number for your protection. You are 131. How you doing, Moosey? Oh, look at there. Yeah, sometime tomorrow. Not only protection from the gas and the toxic stuff on the ground, but maybe you'll end up with a nice protection number, like maybe it's lighter weight than a bearskin coat, but you get really good protection from it. I'm guessing. Don't go thinking that's the deal. I'm just guessing. But it, again, be cool if they did. Along with that, you get your, and the other reason you might need a bit more protection while you're running around there is they're going to introduce poisoned wolves. You know, doing interesting, I guess. I don't really play with the wolves that much anyway. It'll be interesting to see. I think I got one more sharpen on this thing. There we go, 96%. That'll work. Clean up the rabbit. It's thawed out, no need to use the knife. It's a fish. So poison wolves, oh, I could have drank all that, huh? Oh well. Poison wolves are going to look different than regular wolves. They're going to be thinner. And so I guess the way it's going to work is that I don't really understand how, this is where you're starting to get into sort of like the fantasy side of, I guess, the game. Or I don't know. I don't know if you could consider them introducing that because there's some kind of kooky stuff going on anyway. How about I don't want to get into the story mode and wreck story mode for anybody. I really try to avoid that. And whenever I talk about story mode, I give my opinions, but I try not to go too much into it. But there's some kookiness. Let's just go with that. So, yeah, I don't know how well it's going to be received by everybody. uh, but whatever. Now, I don't know if they're going to. I mean, we have glowing. How about this? We have glowing wolves. Okay, we have the glowing aurora wolves. So, I mean, it's not crazy to think they might do something kind of crazy. So these wolves are basically there's not. I would also would say if you're gonna have skinny wolves and all this poisonous stuff, right? Wouldn't you think there's not going to be a lot of game there? I don't think there's going to be a ton of animals there. So if you're hoping to have a good spot to, I mean, I'm sure there'll be some rabbits around, but again, I don't think it's going to be one of those maps where there's just a ton of animals. So again, it might be smarter to start, like you said, in Broken Railroad, and then get some stuff and work my way up to the transfer pass. Because I wouldn't mind having a couple snares now that I think about it, because that'll make the rabbits a more renewable resource. Now, if you like to decorate your homes, don't put these in a drawer. If you put it in a drawer, it's going to just disappear out of the game. Now, if you don't want to get your whole area completely cluttered either, but now I've got a whetstone, I can just say, you know, I can put some couple dead whetstones here, and it'll just look like I'm saving them for something. Okay, fish. Alright. Check the snares and check for firewood. So these wolves are starving, and the game they are eating is poisoned. Yeah, that's the other thing. Are we going to have poisoned bunnies and deer? I don't think so. I think it's just going to be the wolves. But I guess they're running around in these puddles, and for whatever reason, I guess, yeah, like I said, they're eating the rabbits and the deer, which are eating the grass, which is, like I said, they all should be poisoned in my opinion, but whatever. That's crazy. Now, look, there's another deer right up close to the house, too. You guys are just trying to make me use my bullets. I should be making bow and arrows. But these wolves, when they bite you, that's right. You can probably already guess what's going to happen when a poisoned wolf bites you. You get poisoned. So there's going to be a new poisoned effect. I guess it's kind of probably work just like, I don't know how it's going to work, honestly. I don't know if it's going to affect, you know, is it going to make you sick? Is it going to give you like a dysentery kind of situation? Didn't really go into detail. Just know that if one of these wolves bites you, you're not only going to be hurt, bleeding, clothes wrecked, but you're probably poisoned now too. Which, okay. I honestly, again, to me, if that was something like, if I could turn on and off poisoned wolves, like if I played with the wolves on a lot, I don't think I'd play with the poisoned wolves. I don't think it's going to work like that, but I guess it could. You could turn timber wolves on and off, right? Or at least lower their chances. I think for all those players who again, they're looking for that kind of challenge. They want to up the game. They want something new in particular. So I think a lot of people do. And spot on, good on you. Go, go wolf. Go fight some poison wolves. I'm curious to see what they look like. I want to know if they're going to be like, are they going to do something weird, you know? Are they going to have like green glowing eyes or some kind of incandescent outline or something? Who knows? But be on the lookout for those guys. For me, I think it'll be a fun, challenging area with all the environmental dangers that are going to be there. I'm going to keep trying to get firewood. It'd be a nice day to do some cooking, though. I could probably cook out back and get 2 fires going. And we're good. There's also going to be a few other type of gear additions. One, I think, well, the one I know I'm most excited about is going to be the travois. Looks like you make it out of saplings, possibly a moose hide. So it'll give us another use for the moose hide, besides the satchel and the coat. I mean, some people swear by the moose hide coat. I don't. I think I made it once. Mostly as a curiosity. It's crazy waterproof, I think. But the travois is something I'm looking forward to. Now, what what I thought was interesting about reading about it was that so we're going to be able to carry our gear, and it's going to slow you down, but you're going to be able to carry more stuff. So I assume it'll be like when you're walking, you know, you're overburdened and you've got too many things on you. I think you top out at usually, I mean, depending on where you're, if you're well fed, if you have a backpack or any of that stuff, around 125 or so. And so I'm hoping to be able to get a good amount of stuff from one spot to another. Now, there's a couple of interesting things about it. It said in the description that depending on what you put in it is going to not only, you know, affect the weight
Really
and
walk with this much gear.
how fast you can move. See, I'm topped out at 99. Well, that's where I'm starting to slow down significantly. But what I thought was interesting about the description is that they were saying that it can, depending on what you put on it, it can attract animals. So, of course, when you're carving up a bear or a moose, that thing's going to be pretty darn handy. But I think it may, I mean, if you're dragging like, I mean, if you can really drag like, let's say 80 pounds of bear meat from one spot to another, I mean, I know everybody's going to try to do that. But I can imagine the scent trail, you know, you're going to want to be a wolf fighter or a bear fighter if you're toting back that moose. You know, be ready, I would assume. So I think that's kind of cool, though. But I was also wondering, is there a way to use it as, like, bait? I mean, can I drag it to some place where, like, let's say there's a bunch of wolves that have been bugging me? I'm going to save the bullets for now, I think. I think I should just go back up to Trappers and bring a bunch of bear meat this way. In fact, I might run up there today. Obviously, there's going to be a bunch of places you can't take the travois. You're not going to be able to take it up a rope. You're not going to be able to take it across rocks. If you like to use the rocks in different areas to, escape wolves, you get certain routes that you take to avoid bears, wolves, troublesome things. You might not be able to use the travois, but I was thinking, like, let's say you go and you raid the dam and the blue trailers, or you got a bunch of stuff. You just came back from Coastal Highway. If you had a travois sitting up there at the dam, you could throw all that stuff in there and walk it back here, or move stuff from your bases around. But again, I think for people who like to, let's say, stay at trappers and they like to hunt the bear, the deer, everything there, and then get that occasional moose, well then I think that's going to be pretty useful. Got a couple baked potatoes. I don't know about this weather. It's not inspiring a ton of confidence. Alright, so Travois. Looking forward to it. It'll be interesting. Again, pretty sure in the description it said saplings, and then they look like maple saplings, and then add in probably a moose hide bag. But, and again, it depends on if you're hauling, if you're playing, in Stalker and below, maybe you've got a bunch of canned goods and this flour and oil and stuff. But I think it's going to be particularly useful when moving from base to base. And I do this a lot. I like to kind of make mini bases. Oh wait, what am I walking around with? I'm so heavy. 40 sticks. Firewood? Yeah, it's all that firewood. I don't want to take all that with me. Why don't... There we go. I'm going to drop a little there so I have some more here. I've got a decent stash. This way I'll have a little bit out here. I might cook some bear meat. It might not hurt just to spend the night. But the travois is at the top of my list of the things when they mentioned different stuff that was coming. Anyway. So, personally, I can't wait for that. That is like the top of the list of things that I just am very excited about coming to the game. Particularly moving from base to base and doing whatever you need to do. I might get a blizzard here. And again, I think what everybody is going to want to use it for, how successful that is going to be, I don't know. I think what everybody's going to want to use it for is to cart out those big kills. I'm going to start heading to this little shack over here. Just in case. Once I got out of the wind a little bit, I stopped getting so cold. So, do I risk a little bit of protection? To head to a definite place of safety, or do I hang out? Yeah. Now, another new piece of equipment, and I think they're going to introduce this gas maybe in some other areas too. I'm not sure if it's going to show up on some of the older maps, you know what I mean? But I think it'll be a part, just like the Glimmer Fog. I think it'll be a good part of like what's coming of the new stuff, the new maps. So I think if they put it in here and people like it, it's going to work. But one of the ways to deal with that, they've added another new piece of equipment, and that is a respirator. So I guess that really fills out the whole miner outfit, right? Oh, there we go. Let me see if I can get over this hill before it kicks in totally. But yeah, you get this respirator, the miner's jacket, the hat, the boots, pants, the whole thing. I would assume that you would be pretty protected, again, from poisonous wolves. You're going to have like a decent amount of protection for that kind of stuff. So I might head towards the back wall just to make sure I don't get completely lost. Where did I come through? I think I screwed up a little bit. There we go. Yeah. So this is hopefully... yeah, back wall. But like I said, I'm curious to see... oh, look. Sapling. Haha. Curious to see how it's going to affect anything. I guess you could take it to Black Rock and use it there too, right? And then what I wasn't expecting or knowing about, I mean, nobody did, I guess. We're going to get a thermos or a insulated canteen. And we're going to be able to keep our drinks warm. And what I thought sounded really nice is that apparently we're going to be able to at least, you know, let's say, I don't think, I mean, obviously you won't be able to mix your drinks, but it sounds like you'll be able to put, you know, more than 1 cup of rosehip tea in, or more than 1 cup of coffee in there. Yeah, I was much further back than I thought. Or I'm just lost. I mean, I might be lost. That's what blizzards do. Because I really thought I would have hit the cave by now. Oh, here we go. I'm not lost. I know exactly where I am. Okay. I don't know if I peeked in here for any coal. I might do it just to warm up a little bit. I'm getting pretty beat up on the clothing. But yeah, I'm really excited about the thermos. I think being able to walk from, you know, one spot, even if it's just 2, you know, maybe it goes even higher, but even if it's just like 2 applications of the drink. Oh yeah, I went in here. Oh, that's right, I came back from Milton. Knucklehead. kind of lost my train of thought, I guess. Let me see. I guess I could read my book for a little bit. I'd rather not make a fire. Let's see if I can get to the house. I think I'll just stop this here for a second. I should have waited instead of sleep. Ah! Why do I do that every time? Just wanted to pick up the bedroll, y'all. There we go. 2 hours. Good lord, I'm jacked on energy. Doesn't sound like the blizzard went away. Now, the other interesting thing they said about the thermos is that, and I'll be very curious to see how this works, that there's variations of it in the world. So, I want to know, does that mean can you get more than one? Because if you can get more than one, how many can you get, and how crazy is that going to be? Can I walk around with, like, 6 drinks? And I don't mean like 6 canteens. See, there we go. All the meat in the world.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Cook up maybe a few while I'm here. But yeah, let's say I get 3 thermoses and they hold 2 drinks each. They keep things warm for 2-3 hours, maybe, Oh yeah, we need some firewood in here, don't we? Let's make this work. But I decided to keep a decent amount of firewood on me because I thought if I do get it stuck out here, I might as well just cook some meat. Well, actually, let's wait. Let's read while it's still daylight. I can read by the fire too, but that's one heck of a storm, that's for sure. Oh, nice. Went up. I've been talking about the ridiculous amount of books that seem to be here now. Doesn't matter what level you're playing on. Difficulty is what I should say. Anything else we can do up in here right now? Oh, it sounds like the storm died. I think what I'll do... Plop down this firewood. I might walk back. I might see what the weather looks like. Leave anything on the ground? Doesn't seem like it. But yeah, if you can get like 2 or 3 of those thermoses. And I'm wondering if it's going to be kind of like, is it going to be like the rifles, where there's like, each map has 3 or 4 locations where you may or may not be able to find them. Or, I mean, they're in 1 or 3, 4 possible locations on each map. Yep. I could swear that I checked for these saplings. There we go. Yeah. Head back a little heavy. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a bunch of these stakes back with me. I'd like to carry more. I mean, this will be plenty for a while. And then what else? We got poison. Oh, we have a new, along with being poisoned by the poisonous wolves. Which again, I don't know. I think yeah. I'm glad I play the way I do. I don't know if poison wolves is what I was expecting from my long dark experience. So, I'll be fine. I'll treat them like the timber wolves, something cool to look at. But the new affliction is going to be, drum roll.
It's dusk, so I can't be far behind.
You tell him, Astrid, it's going to be scurvy. Oh my god. Alright, so, I mean, the second I heard this, I was like, what? No. No. I don't want scurvy. No one wants scurvy. Scurvy is the lack of vitamin C. I started to say vitamin D C. Vitamin C. It means that you're going to die eventually. So it's another affliction that will slowly kill you. It sounds like you'll be, just like the rest of the stuff, you'll have like risk of getting the affliction, and then you get it, and then you need to get rid of it. So I don't really know how I feel about that. I think the whole there's certain mechanics in this game I just don't, I don't get. But scurvy is something real. It would be something that could possibly be an issue for you. But the question is going to be long term. How do you continue to keep vitamin C in your body? I would imagine you get like, you know, you'll get small amounts from certain things that you eat and big amounts from other things, right? But the whole point of this game is that there's a certain amount of resources in this game. And even if you want to have some of those resources that are, kind of reharvestable, I don't really know, like, how long is it going to be? Is it 30 days until you get scurvy? So, again, my references usually are, you know, I like Zach Nafane. He thought that maybe they're going to introduce something new, more than likely, into the game, a new kind of plant or something that you can harvest long term. Now, I've always, whenever there's food, you know, and again, the only thing I think it would have to fall into the, I mean, they can't do it, obviously, but it would be cool if there was sort of that seasonal effect, because if there was a little bit of a seasonal effect, then maybe you could grow some of these things. You know, I feel like the, it's going to be, I don't know, I'm always concerned about the community in this particular game, because, like, this is a survival game, but it's different than a lot of survival games. You know, there's no, I don't have to punch a tree. I can gather rocks, but I mean, there's certain things like you can gather rocks and I can craft the rock cache so I can keep some stuff in it. You know, other than that, rocks are mainly for throwing at things and marking out pathing, I guess. And then you can use, you know, like I said, we'll be able to use the saplings to make the travois. We'll be able to, you know, I assume at some point they're going to make it so you can customize the interiors of these places a little bit. So I'm assuming that'll take some wood and different things, but I I think the more that they try to move more towards like some of these other survival games,
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
uh, certainly what I think people would consider it to be like more along the traditional lines. Like I said, you know, to me, a traditional survival game is like Minecraft. I need to go out and I need to beat up trees so I can make an axe, so I can get some stone, make a pickaxe, get a knife, hunt, carve, blah blah blah. And there's a lot of those elements in this game, but it's also different than that as well. Oh, thinking of a different playthrough. Actually, let's tear up the rabbits first. Yeah, they're probably frozen. Huh. Oh, carcass harvesting 5. I did what I want. Nice. Skadoosh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a decent fire. Stay up late. Cause, well, it's water and food time. I was just thinking about it. I mean, I've got some downstairs, but if I'm gonna have a fire,
Come on, little fire.
and weather doesn't sound like it was gonna happen outside anyway.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
I think what I'll do is get both those things going. A little bit of use. And then we got a skill book, and that'll help pass the time a little bit. Did I read this fishing book? Oh, alright, I'll read a fishing book. Definitely get on these pistol books if I want to start using that pistol. And we'll read a book. But I think if I read 2 fishing books, it'll bring me up on maybe to level 3. I'm not sure. That. Just about right. And then I think that was about it. They're opening a store. I don't know if you want to order some Hinterland long dark merchandise, then go for it.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
I'm pretty sure that was it for the new stuff. There we go. Get Astrid back together here. Can't remember how long it takes to do a potato. All right. I'm gonna do one more water. Get a good bit of this book read.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
I know, Astrid. We'll get you straight. 48 minutes. Okay, whatever. So yeah. I'm most excited about the Travoy. And I guess the thermos. I think I'm intrigued by the scurvy, if it's going to be something that's worth adding in or not, or if it's just another thing that I take off the list. I mean, it might not be that hard to combat, so... how many more left? 4, 5, yeah, that's... Yeah. I got a lot to cook. I'm close to level 5. I'd love to keep going. And just cook everything, but... That's better. But I think I'd be better off... It doesn't say how long it has. It just says potato. Let's see. I was gonna say, I think I have a little piece of mace meat here. Do you have to cook it in a pan? I guess you do. That's not right. I swear I've cooked them on burners before. It's almost morning. I'm gonna get a little sleep. get this meat going. Alright, I got most of it. And a spare torch. Fantastic. Alright. Sounds like another terrible day. Looks like I lucked out and picked another good couple of days to goof around indoors. Although, again, see, that's why I don't understand that, whatever it's called, one that makes you crazy if you stay indoors too long. Okay. Now, I did want to touch one. Actually, I just remembered something. I did want to touch one more thing on the update. And that is something that Zach brought up. And it kind of, again, kind of falls into that category of what people are going to think, what Hinterland is actually doing, and where it might be going to. So, I played Green Hell. A lot of people have played Green Hell. A lot of people that play survival games have played Green Hell and games like Green Hell. And it's a popular, new mechanic, basically. I don't know how new it is, but it's definitely becoming more of a regular thing in video games where you need to keep an eye out on more than just food, water, cold, right? So you might need to, in Green Hell, you got to watch your carbs. You need to watch your, what else? Protein, fats. And he very rightly wondered, like most of us would probably end up wondering, is that where we're going with this game because of what they're doing right now? Where are my guts at? I mean, look at like these rabbits didn't die. Okay, woo! I was like, these rabbits didn't die in vain. Now, come on. However, one cured moose hide. And that, ladies and jackalbeans, boys and squirrels, means it's sowing time. Alright, I got a pocket full of meat and a bunch of water. That's all you really need. Here? Nah, I think it's up here. Yeah. Oh. All that and forgot to grab the guts. Come here. Yeah, I got plenty of guts. Alright, let's do this. I'm so excited. I'm going to go for 5 hours straight. I might be able to get this done today. Maybe not. Most of it I should be able to get done today, though. Eat this little piece right here. Why don't we have a baked potato? Why not? And I'm just going to tap it out and see what we do. I think it's going to be pretty close. Oh, I might have got it. Oh, 12 minutes. Boo. Boo. Alright. Still got some life left on the sewing kit. So what I think I'll do... There we go. Let's kind of just goof through the night a little bit. Sleep in little... pieces. And see maybe if I can get an aurora coming tonight. Which would be great. I mean, if I just went straight to sleep, I'd wake up at like, whatever, probably like 3, 4 in the morning anyway, so. We'll sleep some, pass the time, sleep some, pass the time. "12 minutes. That's so annoying. It wouldn't matter if I got an aurora at this point. I think it's a little late for it. Anyway. Oh, you jerks! That is complete garbage. I'm trying to play the game so I can get that going, and then it's like, I'm like, nah, it's too late. It hurt me. I only need 12 minutes anyway. No. Fantastic. Alright, so plop that on there, and then I've got these I can switch between, and the crampons when I need it. Got 34 and 20 on the warmth, and carry weight of 88 pounds. That's right. Which means when I go up and above 88 pounds now, I can go up above even further. Without losing too much too quickly on the movement speed. But I'm gonna pop out here and see what it looks like. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was just gonna see if my ptarmigan buddy was there. He doesn't appear to be. Yeah, I swear, these things are lasting. I don't know. I'm not saying the auroras are lasting longer. I'm just saying that sometimes when you get one this late, it seems to push into the time of the sun coming up. Like even a little ways in. I'm kind of curious. Like an hour or two in. So, and then when they seem to start earlier, it doesn't necessarily kick in the lights and everything. I don't know. But yeah, that's really loud, isn't it? I'm really glad I got to do and go over the dev diary. Again, I think I covered everything. New maps are always cool and interesting. It'll give us a new region to check out. It is out there in the middle of nowhere, though. It's a long walk, I guess, is what I'm saying. So we'll have to see how that goes. But again, the thermos and the travois I've been waiting for. The thermos is another thing. The scurvy, we'll see how people in the community feel about it. I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with adding like another layer to the game. I just don't know if the Long Dark is the place where we really do want to be chasing down fats and carbs. And the other thing, again, that I kind of thought of, as Zach also brought up, was that how are you going to play Interloper in the long term if you get scurvy and die? Because basically all Interloper players will now die of scurvy. I mean, sure, they'll occasionally goof up and walk off a railroad bridge, get eaten by a bear or something. But yeah, I mean, basically that's how all interloper plays throughs will end, is with scurvy. So, assuming there's going to be a way to have something harvestable in the game forever like that, is also another interesting aspect in that you're adding something. It's going to have to be available enough to keep you alive. You know, it's not like having some teas around in case I get hurt or something. So yeah, I'm curious. All right. Well, I think the Moose Side Bag is always a good place to leave an episode. I will be back. I think I have my Fallout 4 stuff figured out. So hopefully I can get one of those out tomorrow, and then we'll see about Skyrim. I'll keep trying. I'll keep trying. But this is a long dark, so if you happen to catch this, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And of course, if you see this at a later date or time, thanks for watching. I just want to thank everybody that's been watching, subscribing. Got a couple more subscribers this week. Uh, you know, thanks for liking the videos and doing all that stuff. It's super appreciated, you guys. Pizza loves you. All right. Y'all, have a great day. Be good to each other.